In a valley hidden between jagged peaks, there lived a master potter named Kale. Kale's shop was filled with beautiful vessels, but he had a strange habit. He didn't use a perfect glaze. Instead, he would take his finest pots, intentionally crack them, and then fill the cracks with liquid gold. The villagers called this the art of the scar. One day, a young traveler named Ilara came to his shop. She was weeping. She had lost her business, her home, and her sense of direction. "Master," she sobbed, "life has broken me. I am covered in cracks that I cannot hide. I want to forget the past. I want to erase the pain. I want a life that is smooth and perfect again." Kale didn't offer her words of pity. Instead, he handed her a bowl that he had just finished. It was a deep, midnight blue, but across its surface ran a brilliant, jagged lightning bolt of gold. "You see this bowl?" Kale asked. "If it had never broken, it would be just another ordinary vessel. It is the fracture, and the gold I used to heal it, that makes it a masterpiece. You are asking to erase the very things that give you value." Ilara shook her head. "How can a disaster give me value? The fire took everything. It was a mistake of fate." Kale sat down and looked into the fire of his kiln. In the ancient halls of wisdom, there is a concept called Amor, Fati, the love of fate. Most people spend their lives in a state of resentful tolerance. They accept the bad things only because they have to. They say, "I wish this hadn't happened, but I guess I must move on." That is not Amor Fati. That is just a slow spiritual death. "Then what is the secret?" Ilara whispered. "The secret," Kale said, "is to realize that everything that happens to you is fuel. Think of a great fire. When you throw wet wood, dead leaves, or even trash into a powerful fire, the fire doesn't say, 'I wish I had better fuel.' No, the fire consumes it all and turns it into heat and light. The stronger the fire, the more it welcomes the obstacle. This is the core of Stoic alchemy. Amor Fati is the decision to treat every moment, every tragedy, every betrayal, and every loss, as if you had chosen it yourself. It is the shift from asking, 'Why is this happening to me?' to saying, 'This is exactly what I needed to become, who I am meant to be.'" Kyle told her the story of a man who was wrongly imprisoned for 10 years. For the first 5 years, he lived in victimhood, cursing the guards and the walls. He was dying of bitterness. But in the 6th year, he discovered Amor Fati. He began to see the cold stone walls as a sanctuary for deep thought. He saw the silence as a teacher. He decided to love his imprisonment. By the time he was released, he was the wisest man in the kingdom. The prison didn't break him, it forged him. "To love your fate," Kale continued, "is to understand necessity. You cannot change the past, and you cannot control the wind, but you can decide that the wind, no matter which way it blows, is the perfect wind for your sails. This is the ultimate form of control. When you love what happens, you are never a prisoner of your circumstances." Ilara looked at her own hands. She thought about the fire that had destroyed her old life. She realized she had been spending all her energy trying to fix the past, like a child trying to dry the ocean. She began to practice the golden glaze of the mind. Every time a painful memory surfaced, she didn't push it away. She looked at it and said, "This happened. It was hard. But it is mine. It is the gold in my cracks." Slowly, her anxiety began to transform into a quiet tranquility. She realized that a perfect life is a fragile thing. It breaks at the first sign of trouble. But an Amor Fati life is unbreakable. It is a life that grows stronger with every blow because it turns every blow into a lesson. This is the lesson for us today. We live in a culture that tells us we deserve a life without pain. We are taught to sue, to complain, and to medicate away every adversity. But in doing so, we become fragile. We become like glass that shatters. At the first touch of frost, Stoicism invites you to become the fire. Stop wishing for a different life. Stop hoping for a smoother road. Tomorrow morning, look at your reflection. Look at your scars, your mistakes, and your current struggles. Do not just accept them. Love them. Say to yourself, I would not change a single second of my journey because it led me here. When you love your fate, you become the master of time. You realize that nothing is a mistake. Everything is a gift, provided you have the courage to unwrap it with a grateful heart. The gold is in your hands. The fire is in your soul. Now go and weave your cracks into a masterpiece.